Hey everyone, and welcome to the 12th episode of the Luke Roxwell podcast. I'm your host, Luke, and today I am here with Brent.
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah, he's finally back. And John.
I'm back too.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, YouTube, and SoundCloud. We're on all of them, so it's great. You have no reason to not listen other than the fact that you don't support us. So, there you go.
But not iTunes, because iTunes sucks.
I try to figure out which one people listen to us on the most.
Not iTunes. Probably iTunes, actually. Like, to be honest.
I kind of want them to listen to us on SoundCloud because SoundCloud has like a counter, like it counts how many people listen, and iTunes doesn't.
Don't you sign up for SoundCloud?
Doesn't.
Do I or do listeners?
The listeners.
No.
Well, Lauren seemed to think you had to sign up for it.
She was just saying that because she didn't want to listen to the podcast.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't even use SoundCloud.
Yeah,
so I don't know how it works. I was just saying, it seems like you need to register.
It's like
I
hey,
don't know.
Lauren, can you listen to the podcast? Oh no, I can't. You have to have an account. You have to have an account to do that.
I told you, she said it's too long.
Yeah, I know.
She's busy.
Well,
she's a busy woman.
It's the thing about it is like podcast has to be long because you listen to it passively. You know, you're not really supposed to pay attention to it. Like
I get it, but like I don't know what to tell you. Like
I know.
Anyway,
it's fine. So how are you guys? Brent, welcome back. It's good to have you back.
Hey, it's all right to be back.
How many episodes has it been so far? How long was
I don't know.
Lauren in town?
I don't know when the last one I was on.
How long was
5?
Oh no,
6?
because you were on a couple while she was still here, and then
like 2.
you started doing.
I was on adventures, buying homes, going to Florida.
Yeah, because
stuff's happening.
I want to
happening.
rewind because I know. I think this was it was before you left the podcast, and then I forgot to ask you about it, and you brought it up after the podcast. Didn't you see like people fighting or something like that?
No, there's a crazy lady in Florida.
But I thought
it was awesome.
Wait, really? I thought
fighting. That was in Indiana. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know, but you never told it. I never heard the story because it didn't ever. Is it interesting? Is it worth talking about?
I mean, it's funny. I wouldn't say it's super interesting. No,
it's just gonna be like it was just like people fought. That's it.
People just slap each other. No, we went to
in Indiana. When were you in Indiana? Just why were you there?
I'm like 20 minutes from it. It's not that far.
I guess that's true.
So, I told my wife, I was like, "Hey, let's go drive somewhere." She's like, "Okay," but not like that. And then
this is such an important part of the story.
She decided on this lake. I forget what it's called. It was in some national park
in Indiana.
Yeah, I know. It's what? And so we go there and just checking it out. There's a little artificial beach they made so people can be like, I'm near the ocean. And there's just all sorts of people hanging out. It was like it was like a Sunday. We're just walking around, and then there wasn't really that much to do unless you wanted to go in the woods, which I did not. And so we were walking back to the car, and before we get back, I forget who noticed, but one of us noticed some people escalating their words and cursing profusely
getting
near the water,
amped up.
And then and then she's taking Snapchat videos of it, and then while she was doing that, this guy punched this woman in the face.
Oh,
and it
was a man. I thought it was two men.
Yeah, it was
fighting.
it was a man and a woman.
Oh,
no, there was multiple people involved, but that was what started it. And then she goes down, and she's in the fetal position for the rest of the fight, which I thought was amazing. And then two other women were punching each other or whatever, and wrestling.
Oh man, so it was like a battle.
Yeah, and there was this fat kid. He was amazing, but he comes up later. Hold on.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, let's go get some ice cream and watch this. She's like, fucking sweet. And then so we bought that doesn't matter. And we go back and we're watching, and then
You were
it's
about to
kind
tell
of
us
over.
what you bought? The ice cream that we got.
We bought some. I bought a King ice cream cone. I don't even remember what I bought. So when we came back to watch, they like finished, I guess, and like the one group walked towards like the woods, it seemed, and then the other group walked back up to the cars, and they were redneck as fuck because that's when I heard the fat kid, and he was like, "I'm gonna put my shirt on and I'm gonna fuck shit up." I was like, "Oh, this is so good." He must have been like,
wait, he said,
13.
"I'm gonna put my shirt on."
He's gonna put my shirt on and I'm gonna fuck shit up.
Wait, that's backwards. Aren't
like,
you supposed to take your shirt off before
dude,
you start fighting?
He's a redneck 13-year-old. Like, it was amazing. Like, I was like, this is the greatest episode of Cops ever because I'm standing here. And
That's so funny.
we were like, well, I guess it's over. And so we get in the car and we're, discussing whatever and talk about, like, at the point we're still, like, deciding on the house and stuff. We were about to leave, and as we were driving away, the cops showed up. And I was like, oh, okay. So we turned back around, and then we listened to them talk to the cops, and one girl was like, I was so scared. And then apparently the one family left, so the cops whipped around and went after them. And I was like, well, that was exciting. And then when we left, and then they, like, caught up to them, and they were talking on the side of the road. So they weren't very good at escaping.
So do you know what the fight was about? Why they were fighting?
Someone threw a floaty thing in the water.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Someone.
Ruth bar.
So, like those things
Wait.
you float on, it wasn't theirs,
Well,
and they threw it in the water.
Oh, I
And
was
so
gonna
the
say,
other family
where
got
is it
pissed.
supposed to go?
I know, but the other group got pissed that they touched their property. I guess I don't know.
And so they
didn't
started
really.
fighting. Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Apparently, Indiana has the worst city in the world. Not really, but like the worst city in the...
Detroit.
No. No, it's called Gary. It's Gary, Indiana. Have you heard of it?
Fucking Gary's. No, I know.
I know. It's like, Jeff. Of course it's called Gary. It's like, I don't know. Apparently, I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's apparently like the slums of Chicago. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know anything about it other than it's like this really sketchy city or like area of a city. A lot of rundown, abandoned buildings, meth everywhere. Kind of like Seattle,
Detroit.
less meth. So, have you heard of it, John?
Actually, no, I've never heard of it.
Maybe we should go there instead of Chernobyl. Oh, we got
Gary.
Holy
Why?
shit.
Yeah, we got so just for the listeners, my brother is actually listening to us. So shout out, hi Austin, and he's posting pictures. Is this of Gary, Indiana? I guess that he just posted on here.
It does look like Chernobyl.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a map in a video game.
Let's
like
find
a
out
Call
how
of
far
Duty
Gary is for me.
Oh, you could go visit there. I bet you'd see lots of fights over there. I bet you see plenty of fights that way.
I don't like going to Indiana.
I don't know anything about Indiana. Yeah.
That's like 4 hours away. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. That's way north. It is like...
Well, it's right next to the water, isn't it?
Yeah.
See how it's right next to
no
Chicago,
wonder
though?
It's right next to Michigan. No wonder it's a shithole. Like, it's like not that far from Michigan.
No, it's not.
Shoutouts to shitty Michigan.
You don't like Michigan that much? Yeah, fine.
No.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. I don't think we should go there.
It's Ohio-Michigan rivalry.
Oh. Fair enough. So to keep moving on, Brent, I'm curious about I'm okay. So the fight story's over? That's it? The fight? They fought?
Yeah, I mean,
It's still funny.
well,
It's all right. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
hey, that was better than 0.
That's right.
I'm not in college anymore, so grades don't matter.
That's right. It's almost a C. But I have some notes down about stuff I think you want to talk about, but I'm gonna let you just kind of. I know you bought a house.
I don't remember what I said. Oh, okay, yeah.
You bought a house. You're doing adult stuff like hooking up the internet.
Yep.
Are you using it right now?
Yeah.
Oh, so like you're in your house now.
What's the speed of the internet you have?
I'm still at 100 megs.
Just only 100 megs. It's not.
Well, I'm in the progress of upgrading to 1 gig. So.
I'm not allowed to buy 1 gig.
1 gig?
Yeah, I can get that too, but I'm not allowed.
Whoa.
It was actually $10 cheaper than the 100 megs. So
That's awesome.
Wait, so
I don't know how that
that's
works,
one,
but
is
thanks, Fios.
1 gig per second?
hmm
1 gigabit per second.
Okay.
You're not gonna get that, but yeah.
Whoa, that's so fat. I have 100. I think I have 100 down and like 100 up right now.
I have like 10 up, but that doesn't really matter.
We have. I think it's a fiber optics.
I don't have fiber. I'm still cable. I want to switch to gig. I have to convince Lauren. But
Just do it while she's gone.
That's right. Be quick. Is it that much more expensive for the gig?
Yeah.
How much?
I pay like
double?
$44.
Is it double?
And it's like 130.
That's.
Oh, but are you getting a TV with that?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of a lot.
That's why she's like, no. I'm like, fine.
Okay.
I mean, I might be able to push it to like 500. They do offer that, so I might be able to get that, and that's pretty good. So
I think I'm trying to think through some of this stuff because I know a lot of people out there saying that you should buy property, you should buy houses, you shouldn't rent.
If you watch Adam Ruins Everything,
Oh,
they suggest you should rent forever.
I don't like that show. What did he say?
That show's great.
What
It
is
was
the
just
reason
like
he does
the risk of a house is really high, and then other than
high,
the only
but you don't lose value if you pay for a house. The house is
no,
like,
but you
lose
can
value.
easily lose your home. You can lose your home pretty easily,
Why?
especially if you don't make payments. If you don't make payments,
Well,
I mean, stuff happens.
well
in
if you
people's
don't
lives,
make
man.
if you don't make payments on your apartment, you'll lose your
Yeah,
apartment.
but
and you
yeah,
won't
but
even
that's
what
that's easier to move around in. Like an apartment doesn't have. You don't have to sell it. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
John,
So you
what do
can
you
easily
what do you
move
know
out
about this,
and-
John? Are you gonna buy
I
a
was
house?
just going to say, maybe it has to do with the loan you have to take out.
There's that too. So you have to. The loan still has to go somewhere. An apartment is like, well,
Well, you don't take out a loan to rent, right? So
no.
that you cut that risk. Not that risk, but
I
that
guess.
debt.
Also, a house you have to take care of yourself. An apartment, the landlord has to.
I think. Well, okay. I will say this: that I think there are times when owning an apartment's better. Like the reason I haven't bought anything, is because I don't know what I'm doing. And so if you buy something, yeah, I know it's like big surprise.
I
It's
do
kinda
now.
Yeah. So well, I mean, you're at the point in your life where it's a good idea to buy a house. I don't think it's always a good idea to buy a house.
I wanted to own my own piece of land, so
Right.
yes.
Right.
Pretty
But
good house.
when you buy a house, the money you put into it doesn't just go away. Like when I rent an apartment,
No.
it's just the money just I don't get to keep
It's true.
anything. It just goes away.
Well, as long as I don't lose my job, I get to eventually keep this after 30 years.
That's so insane. Like
Yep.
When you signed the lease, how'd that feel?
I felt like
No, hold
not
up.
really that
I knew.
different.
I knew
Like-
of all the people in the world. As soon as I asked that question, I was like, "This is not a good question. This is not a good question for Brent." He's gonna be like, "It's freaking."
I felt exactly the same as I did
before."
I literally didn't really feel that different because this lady was talking the whole time trying to make jokes, so it didn't really feel like it was intense or anything.
Was she the one selling the house to you?
No, she was the loan person.
Telling jokes. Was she trying to make
She's
you
trying to, like?
make you comfortable? So you.
Well, I did not. That's not.
You're
the
not
word I
making a
thought you
huge
were just about to
mistake
say.
at all.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, she's just trying to be funny. And then
Yeah,
the
okay.
sellers were there, and
It's like the Michael Scott of loan people.
the one of the sellers was Canadian. She works for
Ooh.
French Amazon support.
Wow.
She was
That's
like,
interesting.
she was like, all I do is get bitched out by French Canadians all day. I was like, wow, that sucks. I get
That
bitched out by
would.
realtors all day.
Yeah. I think I met someone who was from like the Amazon campus up in Canada. Kind of cool.
Fake American.
I mean, yeah. It's true.
It's accurate.
John, you've been kind of quiet. That's kind of
Hey.
abnormal. Abnormal for you.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't
Sorry,
you,
it's been a rough day.
I want you to take over because I know you have. Actually, we have two options here. John can take over, and you can tell your stories, or we can do a would you rather because I do have a would you rather.
I have stories. I have more things.
Well, let's do a would you rather, and then
if you have more, you can keep going on, Brent. Go for it.
Doesn't matter to me.
I don't know what you have to talk about.
I was gonna talk about Florida.
Do it
a little bit.
right now.
We went to Miami. We were gonna go to Tampa. That's where I was born. But we decided to go to Miami.
Close enough.
Because of Universal Studios. No, it was like
Harry Potter Land.
Harry Potter. Oh god, dude! Like Diagon Alley is fantastic.
And you flew.
Crowded.
You flew down there.
Yeah, we
right?
did. We flew. Yeah, I ain't gonna drive that. Fuck that.
I guess it's.
I mean, I could have done it, but
no,
I make enough money to fly now.
Right.
Okay. So, there was 2 parks. We got tickets for both. We took a bus to them so that we didn't have to drive and try and park in their $20 parking lot.
That's like normal parking here.
I know, but it's just like, oh.
Yeah, this is awful. Especially when you've been parking for free.
Mm-hmm.
It feels so awful to actually pay for parking. Like, I guess it's when something's free and then it's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
So $20 for parking.
And the hotel offered a free bus ride, so we just took that.
There you go.
They were like partnered with the park. Anyway, so we went to the normal Universal Studios the first day on like a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty cool. It had like Simpsons stuff. It had Harry Potter, obviously. I forget most of it. Harry Potter was the only thing that really mattered.
Have you ever been to Universal before, John? I've never been.
No, it's a lifelong goal to go to Harry Potter Land for sure.
Oh, I didn't know you were a big Harry Potter person.
Dude, I'm waiting for my letter to Hogwarts.
So
I know I'm a wizard.
Which house would you be in? Slytherin.
Ravenclaw.
Really? Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Brent. I just really wanted to know.
I think I'd
Not
be in
funny.
Gryffindor. But Lauren's like, well, you're probably in Hufflepuff because you're an idiot.
In reality, everybody be in Hufflepuff because everybody's a moron.
Yeah. To be
House
fair, I
Huff
probably...
and Puff, you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean,
420 smoke, firebomb, witches, wands. So, the first park only had one roller coaster outside, which was weird. Most of the other rides were... Yeah, most of them were inside. There was only one
Universal,
outside
yeah,
roller
because
coaster.
Universal's a lot of special effects and stuff.
Yeah. Like, there was a Men in Black ride. Oh, fuck.
Was it
So, no, that's not the problem. It was fun. It had, like, the shoot at aliens things, and you could shoot the other people in the other cart across from you, make it spin out. It was cool.
Nice.
But, so, at Universal, they're so smart, they make you put all your shit in lockers every single time, and they have, like, metal detectors and stuff. So that's not the bad part. The bad part is, well, it's not even, like, it's super crowded, too, so that's not even the worst still.
It's just like, it is terrible, but that's
they
not,
have a timer on it. They have a timer on it, and
What?
they're like, so it's based on, so they have an app and stuff that tells you how long you have to wait for rides, so they base it on that, and they take that time, and it looks like they add about 15 to 40 minutes, depending on what it is, and that's how long you get the locker for free.
Okay.
So Men in Black was like 25 minutes, and they gave 45 minutes in the locker. And me and Lauren were like, sure, that's plenty of time. And then they made us put all our shit in previous rides, so we put everything in there, including our money. I hope you see where this is going. The ride ended up taking fucking forever. And so everyone went over their time, and everyone didn't have their wallets. And one dude was going through and opening everyone's locker because none of us could pay.
Oh.
It was like...
Jesus.
And so this one lady
hold
was
on.
freaking
I
out.
don't understand. So wait, the one guy, you said nobody had their wallet? What did that matter for?
So, yeah, we didn't have our wallets, so we couldn't pay the dude. And then one lady was freaking out because she was like...
Which dude, though? Who did you... Why
It was
did
a
you
guy
say?
who was coming through, and, well, our time went over. So that went into the, now you have to pay to open the locker because you took too long.
Oh.
That was the idea. And so no
so
one
you're
could pay.
standing at the lockers, and you can't... So your
'Cause
wallet...
our money's in there.
So your wallet is right there in the locker, and you can't pay
Yeah.
him?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So he was going
wait.
through and open people's lockers because all of us couldn't pay, so because the time didn't calculate correctly. But one lady was freaking out because she was like, "My son has asthma and he needs his inhaler and he's gonna blah, blah." It's just like I'm like next to everyone. It's really hot. I'm just like I hate all of you so much.
What did Lauren think of this? She was like, "This is." What
she was saying far back. I was like, I will sacrifice my personal space for this.
This is America. Welcome.
That point on, I always carried my wallet. So
yeah, that's awful.
Mm.
Oh, but you got to figure it out, I guess, right? That they just open the locker and then that's so stupid. Why would you put that much of a time limit? It's like as soon as the ride ends, you would have to like run back as fast as you could. Like, you're like, I don't want to pay.
Most of the time, it was like 90 minutes plus the wait time, so it was an insane amount of time you had.
I
guess
it was
just that ride was super short.
Was that ride worth it? Was it fun?
No. It was okay.
Well,
so if you go to Universal, keep your shit
man.
on you.
Okay.
Like, do not take your wallet out unless it's one of those like metal detector rides. Then you have to, but they usually give tons of time for that one.
Wait, metal detector
They have metal
rides?
detectors because they don't want you to take your shit on the ride. It's super weird, man.
Wait, like a phone?
Yeah, you're not allowed to take anything on certain
What?
rides. Yeah, that's super weird.
So like, I couldn't walk in there with my phone in my pocket.
Certain rides, yes, you couldn't do that. They'll be like, if you put it in a locker.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's no different than any other roller coasters or whatever. Well, they're not getting money because it just fucks over their user base.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with this cell phone?
Dude, I think they're worried about it dropping, but so is every park. Like, I don't know. Anyway, the only roller coaster that was outside in the first park was a music one where you got to pick your own song, and that's what played during the whole roller coaster.
What? Wait, what? What was the music?
So you get to pick. It had different genres. It had like rock, rap, electronic, pop. It had like 5 songs per category, and you got to pick one, and that's what played in your head, like speakers on the ride, and only you could hear it.
Oh yeah, like they do those with tour guides sometimes. They'll have like a
Sure, this is a roller coaster. Though. This is a little bit more intense.
Okay,
but
I know. But I'm saying that, like, if there are some like you put headphones in and you download a podcast type thing, and then you listen to it as your tour.
Yes.
It's like that, but a roller coaster.
It's like that. Yes.
Okay.
Laura did not pick her song in time. I picked Kick Start Your Heart. And there's a video on Facebook of me. She's freaking out, and I am singing to my song, enjoying it.
This is on the roller coaster?
This is on, yes.
Wait, I didn't see that.
It was in it's in the album, but
okay.
They wanted like $30 for a DVD of it, so we just stood there and like covered ourselves a little bit so she could record just the video that was playing on the monitor.
Just with your phone that she's not supposed to have.
Yes. And then the second park had more outside stuff, and it like was more generic shit.
Right.
Like random comic books I've heard of in the Sunday funnies, but they're not like a big name. But the second park had Hogsmeade, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
And there's a train that if you pay $50, and you have to pay for both park tickets, but you also pay for the fee of the doing it on the same day. You can ride between the 2 parks on the Hogwarts Express. Apparently Dementors attack it.
Oh!
I'll
totally do that.
Oh man,
it's really expensive though.
I would totally do that.
Did you do it?
It's awesome. Though. No, I didn't do it. It's just, we looked at the train. It was expensive, man.
It's worth it.
How much was it?
It was $50 to ride the train.
Oh man.
And it was 3 times the normal price of the ticket because you had to buy both parks essentially.
$50.
$50 on top of it.
That's a whole season.
If
at
$50
Busch
was the only fee, I'd be fine with that. That's fine. But it was like, it probably for both of us to have done it, it'd been over like $500 to do that.
I would do it.
Holy crap.
You do whatever you want. You're your own man.
Tell my girlfriend, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to walk. I'm going alone.
I can picture it like John just sitting on the train by himself. Just like all a beam of light and happiness. He's just sitting there beaming.
Oh, that would be so good.
Are you a huge Harry Potter fan? I didn't.
Absolutely, dude.
Like a huge fan. Like, did you like the movies and the books?
Yeah, I did.
Because some people usually only like one.
I like both. I like the video games too.
Dude, I have a wand.
Do you really?
Oh, that's another thing. You could buy interactive wands, and they would interact with certain
I've
shit
heard of that.
around the Harry Potter parts.
Oh, so cool.
So they have normal wands based on the movie, and they have interactive wands. And the interactive wands, you can like do little whippy things in the outside rides, and stuff would happen, like light up.
That's so cool.
I watch kids do it because I'm not paying extra money on a wand that I already don't want.
John would.
It's already.
John would
And
pay
like,
for it.
Lauren's sister wanted a wand, and she wanted the Dracos. And Dracos was fucking boring.
Was Lauren's family there?
No, just Lauren.
Wait, what about Lauren's sister?
No, she
Wanted
wanted
to bring
a
back
wand.
a wand.
Yeah, but we didn't get a wand because the one she wanted was fucking shit. It was boring as fuck. Everyone else was super awesome. Like Voldemort's was awesome, and she wanted like the plainest fucking wand. It's just like there's no design to it.
You mean
just,
okay? So she wanted a model wand, and the one that she wanted was a boring model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She could just eBay that shit.
Exactly.
That's right. You don't need to pay 4 times as much to get at the theme park.
Well, yeah. We
Unless you guys did that
stuff.
Okay.
No, fucking no. I was fine with getting her a wand, but not that shitty boring one. Like, it was just so boring. But anyway, the park was cool overall. I liked it.
Nice. 5 stars. 5 stars out of 5. 5 stars out of 6.
4 stars.
4 stars
Four
out
stars.
of 4 stars out of 4.5.
The overall experience was 4 stars. The first park was about 4 stars, and the second park was about 3.5. Like overall, the second park, it's like Island Adventure or whatever.
What was
it just wasn't
best ride? What was the best ride there?
The Hulk roller coaster.
Oh, really?
They have a license to the Marvel stuff.
Okay.
Before Disney bought it, so they had a Marvel Island that was playing heavy metal the entire time. I was like, this is fucking sweet. But there was a Hulk ride which had really cool visuals of like, radiation stuff, and like had really heavy bass when like the radiation was exploding and stuff. It was really cool. But the idea of the ride is he throws you. So every time the roller coaster would go where you're walking around, you just hear a Hulk go, "Roar!" And like the roller coaster just spits out full speed from the starting gate. It was pretty cool. It was pretty neat.
Isn't it? But it's also like really interactive, like a lot of 3D stuff and graphics.
That did not have a 3D ride, but yeah, there was a lot of 3D shit.
No, but
that one was just a roller coaster.
Is this Brent? Is this on a track?
Yeah, it was a.
No, John, the Hulk's actually
non-wood.
Well, I didn't know if it was one of those like interactive movie ones where you just sit in a cart and.
No,
just stay
that
in one
was
place.
like the Simpsons ride. Was that? There's quite a few of those, but the Hulk was a real roller coaster.
That's awesome.
There was a dragon roller coaster for Harry Potter. Let's see. There's like 2 or 3, maybe 4 real ones, and then the rest were 3D rides.
That's so weird. Like,
you guys remember the Days of Thunder ride at King's Dominion?
No. I didn't go to that King's Dominion.
I went to King's Dominion once, and what was that ride called? It was like, I think it was red, and it was called something like the Intimidator. Is that what it's called? I can't remember, but it literally launched you. Do you know what I'm talking about, John?
No.
What? When did you last go there? I went there like
when I was like 8.
Oh!
Or earlier than
That's
that.
no fun.
I was real little.
It's literally.
But the thing that stuck with me was Days of Thunder ride.
I don't even know what that one is.
Days of Thunder.
It's that Tom Cruise movie where he's a NASCAR racer.
No, I mean I don't remember the ride, but the one
Why
that
am I
I'm
idle?
talking about, it's like you sit. I think you sit. You either sit or you stand, because some roller coasters you actually stand, and
what?
It launches you, like where they start and they just shoot. It shoots you, and then you shoot up this giant hill, and then you kind of go down, do all these loops and stuff. So it's kind of like it's almost like Apollo's chariot, but it launches you, and
you're standing.
I think you were standing. I can't quite remember.
Huh.
But the thing
Oh,
about
right.
it, just real quick. So like, when I went on that ride, I just blackout, because like you're going so fast, and it whips you, and I just remember like, it like literally like in the movies where you start seeing tunnel vision, and oh man, and like that was the first ride we rode on, and it was so fast, it was insane. So if you rode it, you would remember it. I guess you probably.
So you'll like this part too. The dragon ride for Harry Potter has 2 separate tracks that are different.
Oh, I love those roller coasters. Those are so awesome.
So you go up, and it's like you pick either like a Chinese dragon or a German dragon, and they go to different tracks that go slightly different paths. So they don't play out exactly the same.
That's really
but
cool.
don't they go in like around each other? Like you could be on the roller coaster and see other people from the other ride.
Oh man, that
did you
ride
ride
was so
it?
fast.
Oh,
I did.
Okay.
I only rode one of the dragon rides though.
Did you do?
I rode
wait,
the German one,
okay.
of course.
I know.
But
I was just say I knew it was the German one.
I rode the red dragon, fucking obviously.
What color is the American dragon?
Blue. No, the other one's like Chinese, I think. It's blue.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh.
It's like Chinese something in the German dragon. They had the names on the plaque or whatever.
I think there was a roller coaster at Six Flags that I rode on, and it was like there was 2 places you could get on the roller coaster, kind of like that one probably, where it was like 2 tracks, and the tracks pretty much did the same thing, except they would split apart every once in a while and loop in between each other. And sometimes you would shoot off at the same time as other people, and sometimes you wouldn't. But when you did, oh, it's so cool because you're like, there's another roller coaster going right alongside you, and you can look over and see people on it, and then you're like doing loops, and it's like you're close enough to almost give someone a high five on the other roller coaster. It's so crazy, and I wonder if it's like that at all.
So I'm sure you guys saw it, but there's a dragon in the Diagon Alley from the movie, the one that's trapped.
Yeah,
the white dragon.
So I posted a video of it breathing fire, and where I was standing in that video, I could feel the flames. It was super intense.
Oh, that's so cool.
This is like
for
John's
people watching
dream.
or listening. I was like maybe 20, 30, 40 yards away, and I could still feel the flames.
That's insane.
Dragon. It was really hot. I was like, this is an accident waiting to happen. Like this is like
the head just falls off, and as it's falling,
burns a bunch of children.
It shoots fire.
I will be the wizard now.
I've been touched by the dragon's flame.
What else happened?
Wow, that's so cool though. I think my family has been to that Harry Potter place like multiple times.
Oh my god, your family's so lucky.
And I've but they waited till I left, and now all of a sudden
I didn't say you were lucky, Luke. I said your family's lucky.
Yeah, but I mean the point. Okay, no, it doesn't. I'm not talking about luck. I'm talking about it's like I moved out, and then all of a sudden my family was like, "Hey, we have like not quite as many. There's less kids around. Like
we can afford this.
Let's go to Florida. Let's go to Florida. Like I think they've been like 3 or 4 times.
None of you vlog, right? So let's go. We don't
I know. Yeah, really.
Deal with that one kid.
No cameras. Do all this cool stuff now. I don't know. I guess that's always what happens, though. Parents are like, "Oh, the kid's gone. We got all this money. Well, might as well go do something with it."
Look. You just figure out when they're gonna do it again, and then just be like, "Hey, I'm coming to visit that weekend."
Oh darn! I bought my flight. I'm on.
Oh,
wait. If I was gonna pay for my own flight to fly out to Virginia to drive down to Florida, I might as well just go to Florida.
I'll meet you guys in Florida.
Why do I have to go with them?
I'd see you.
I could just go with anybody.
That's right.
Yes, John. That's right.
Anyone.
Anybody. I do need to figure out a trip for like this year. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll just go to France. That's what I'll do.
No, you don't want to do that.
Ah, why?
No, France is alright. It's fine. I like France.
Yeah. I gotta figure something out.
I'm planning on Italy.
You're going to Italy this year?
Yeah, in March.
You get your passport sorted?
Do you want to tell us exactly the flights so that we can leave that in the podcast so everyone can know where you're going to be and when?
Well,
I'm going nowhere.
I can tell you.
What? Yeah. Okay, never mind.
I'm going to my parents' house for
trying
Christmas.
To be funny. It's fine.
Instead of going to Ireland. So it's great. I like going to Ireland for Christmas time. It's great.
Yeah. I'd go.
I enjoyed that Christmas village thing they had going on.
Yeah.
Someone got stabbed. It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's just like home.
I think
For everyone else, someone got stabbed on one of the days we didn't go, and so they had to like shut
oh
down
yeah,
the
because
buffet
it's like
thing
welcome
for
to
a day.
Ireland. So we went out there, and there's
Look,
this.
they ain't got guns, and that's all they can really do. It's like, guys, shank someone.
I know. It's so funny. It's just like, oh, we don't have guns. Yeah, so people stab each other, but so like we
gun
went
violence went down, but stabbings went way up.
So there's this area in Belfast where they had like a bunch of. It was like a market, sort of, where they had a whole bunch of like Christmas stuff and food.
It was in front of
and-
the town hall.
What's it
Yeah,
called?
this-
Did it have a name?
Christmas market, Christmas village, something.
Okay.
I can find.
I love it's like a market around Christmas time. What's it
Christmas
called?
market.
No, Christmas market.
It's Christmas market.
But we went there and we ran around. It was a lot of fun. And then I think we were thinking about going back, but we ended up not going. And apparently somebody got stabbed in a Christmas market.
awesome.
When we were
Merry
there.
Christmas.
Were there people? I remember being kind of uneasy on certain areas of Ireland, being like, I don't know this country. I don't know. People might just be like,
not
oh, it's
really.
American.
I mean,
You can just
I
stay.
never once felt uneasy.
Not even
if you're
after
in
the
Europe,
wedding.
dude,
After
it's
the wedding,
fine.
I did.
It's fine.
After-
Nah, man.
when we were
it's-
walking back, there were people yelling at
Oh
us.
yeah.
Remember that?
That's because like everybody else was drunk around us.
Well, and
it
you-
was a little
well,
scary.
and John-
we were walking in tuxes.
Yeah, and John's like this big, tall guy, and I wasn't sure if people were like, hey, I can probably fight that guy. That's what I
No.
thought.
You're safer in Europe than you are here. Statistically.
Well, maybe.
It's probably true.
Probably.
You can't get shot in Europe. That
Yeah,
lowers
That's
your
why I
chances
didn't.
of getting a
That's
shot
like I
through
never
your
felt
house.
uneasy in Ireland because that's probably true.
I think that it doesn't
Sure,
really
you can get
matter.
like fights or killed. I mean, it happens. I mean, it's
Mhm,
every country people get killed.
No, I know.
from other people,
it
but I
wasn't
mean,
like,
it's a lower
it wasn't
rate.
like this massive big deal. I just remember being like, it's like uncharted territory. Like I don't know how this place works.
Plus, it's an island nation, so there's extra security to get to it. So there's not really been any ISIS attacks in Ireland, so you're really safe from that too. unlike mainland Europe, where they can just drive from like shithole Eastern
Right.
Europe.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
threat is a little higher, but still not that high. But
Well, apparently, if we stay here, we get flooded. Did you guys hear about Houston?
Well, that's what you get when you live near the fucking water.
Are
It's
you in
Houston.
Luke?
Like wait, what?
Are you in Houston right now? You said we're gonna get flooded.
No, Houston got flooded. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah. Well yeah.
Well, I don't live in our fucking rock. Like,
You know.
I thought he didn't
know-
know.
I was
I-
looking at Craigslist for Jeeps to buy, and then I see one that's like really awesome in Houston, and I'm like, oh well, that's fucked now. That's gone forever.
Oh no! It's like, well, it's probably a lot cleaner than it's ever been. It's just got a full inside and outside bath. You know, kind of wash. Apparently,
did you hear about that professor who said this is Texas's fault because they voted Republican? I was
Wow,
that doesn't even make sense.
that's such a horrible thing to say. It's like 31 people died.
People say that shit about both sides.
No,
It doesn't make it
I
any
know,
better,
I
but
know.
it's
I'm just
really
saying,
dumb to say.
I'm just saying, like,
He got fired though, so I mean,
did he
like,
really get fired?
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I mean, because it's nature, man, and you can't control.
I know.
Nature.
Well, it's just like, just say it. It literally just happened. You like,
The only thing that could be accurate is like a butterfly flapped its wings and caused the hurricane to generate from Africa. People say like that kind of shit. That's the only thing that can control that. And that
Right.
really doubt that.
well, so I wrote
really doubt that.
some things of like some stats about it. It's like 31 people died. I don't know the population of Houston, but I know it's
More
like
than 31 people.
I think it's like yeah, it's like I think it's
32
like
people.
it's over 1 million. I think it might be 2 million or something like that. It was 40,000
it's
houses.
2.3 million.
2.3?
Wow.
Oh, how did I just know that? I don't know why I knew that. 40,000.
1 million
homes.
is very different from 2.2.
No, I said like 1 or 2. It's a couple
Oh,
million or
okay.
something like that. But
All right.
40,000 homes destroyed. 1 million vehicles. Probably the one that John saw was one of them. Got destroyed.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And it had 51 inches of water.
Wow.
How many feet is that? 6?
At least
5?
3.
5 feet?
No.
More than one. If I did
You know what I just
12,
learned?
50 divided by 12.
8-ish.
I just learned Houston was on the
7-ish.
coast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was
You
further
know.
in.
Yeah, it's like right next to it's right next to the water.
That's crazy.
I know, but apparently, like, I mean, because it's so flat, so the water was just like, flew right through.
Well,
it.
this happens. This isn't the first time it's happened, and people are like, "Oh my god!"
Well, this is the most
Harvey
rainfall.
was nuts.
Well, yeah, but this is
Big
pretty.
ass hurricane.
This is pretty bad. Like it's the
Yeah.
most rainfall. It's a rainfall record for the lower 48 states, according to something I read. So it's like pretty insane.
Damn.
Have you guys ever been in a hurricane before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or a tornado, hurricane, earthquake.
I lived on the
Yes.
East Coast, so
We've
I've
experienced
quite a
all
few.
those things in the past like 10 years.
There, I've not been where a tornado was a major threat, but I have been in the same state as it happened, like within a 40-mile radius.
There was one
So-
right next to me, when I lived in Virginia,
Wow.
because it went through Driver,
Damn.
which is like 2 miles from my house, and I missed it.
Mhm.
It's like I'd like to see it. If a tornado's gonna come, I might as well see the thing, right?
Witness me.
Yeah,
I
mean,
saw one off
Really?
of Big Bethel
Oh, how was it?
when I was like 10.
Was it cool? Was it big?
I was in a food line and I watched it out the window. And my mom was like, "Quick, we have to go to the bread aisle
What? To get
Because the bread will save you.
for cushions.
Mm.
It's cushioning."
There was like one,
It's like we gotta get
not that far
bread.
from me.
Sorry, what'd you say? There
where
was
I
one
live, the sirens go off every
in
Wednesday.
Ohio.
There's tornado sirens that let us know when tornadoes coming. And they use them every Wednesday to make sure they work.
Oh,
They sound like those Surrey sirens.
It's like
Yeah, it's like Silent Hill.
Silent Hill, yeah.
oh, that's creepy.
Next time we record, I'll use my Wi-Fi instead of power line.
Okay, that's creepy.
'Cause it,
Every Wednesday
yeah,
at a certain time.
it's around noon.
Every Wednesday at noon, those sirens go off.
Yeah, they practice. Yeah.
Oh man,
It's very important that
that's
they
just,
work.
well, okay,
Like-
but just that's very frequent.
Yeah, fucking tornadoes happen here at a decent rate.
Yeah, isn't it tornado?
It's not
Valley?
the most.
Apparently,
Yeah,
tornadoes.
I live near Tornado
Apparently,
Valley.
tornadoes are just like a U.S. thing. Like there aren't really other places that get tornadoes that much.
They happen elsewhere, but it's not as common.
Yeah, it's like we have something that makes tornadoes like a big deal here and like bigger than anywhere else. I don't remember what the numbers were, but it was like
Yeah, doesn't like the UK not get hurricanes nor tornadoes?
The UK does not get hurricanes. They've had the last tornado they had was more than 10 years ago.
do they get
and-
earthquakes?
Yeah, they have gotten at least one, but they're
One?
super uncommon.
What is wrong with the
dude-
states? It's like this horrible.
Dude, like I don't know what to tell you.
we
like,
get all of them frequently.
Oh, fucking,
Because
I
we're the
don't know
best
what to tell you.
country.
That's right. The Earth is trying to.
Best statistics, best death.
No, yeah, really, it's like the Earth is trying to sink the U.S. Like this is the best country. It's got to go down.
We gotta have the best deaths.
That's right.
We have to have like the greatest,
the most
ways
casualties
to go out.
from
most deaths by cows in a tornado.
most people killed by the world.
No, I mean like out in Asia they get good big ass tsunamis and stuff. That's pretty messed up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We don't really get tsunamis.
Yeah. And also, we don't really have volcanoes. And like,
that's true. We can't just randomly. Whoa! Oh no, that's not true.
I mean, we do,
Yellowstone.
but-
we have one of the biggest volcanoes ever.
that's
Yeah,
true.
it's gonna
but
fuck shit up.
It's gonna
But-
blow up half the nation.
but people die from volcanoes that are more active in other places in the world. People don't really die from Yellowstone unless they're like, I'm just gonna fall into this hot water and melt. Did you hear about that guy that did that?
Old Faithful.
What? He
Some
got
guy fell into one of those things and then he just like melted because it's so hot. Basically.
the water.
Yeah, he died.
Oh man,
It'd
he
be like
got,
the perfect way to commit
he
suicide.
got
Like,
fried.
that's
Died.
like
He got fried, man.
rarest
That's
way.
that's death by. That's like lobster death.
Hell yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, what did he
Let me
just?
find the article?
Is that all it is? He just fell in. and
Oregon
just-
man who died in Yellowstone hot spring was trying to hot pot. Whatever the fuck.
He was trying to. There are
He wanted
people
to
that
soak
jump
in the
over
thermal
it?
pools. He wanted to soak in it,
What's hot pot? Does
And,
that mean jumping or does that mean going into it?
like soaking in it. It's what it says in the article. It says soak in one of the
Can you-
park's thermal pools.
Can you do that?
Not with those.
So
It says it was over 212 Fahrenheit.
oh,
He tried to
It was literally boiling. Okay.
100 Celsius for all the metrics out there.
Wow.
He must have never gone to a hot spring before. Like he
probably
had
was
no
like-
idea
he
that
saw
this was
some
too
video.
hot.
He saw some video and was like, "Yeah, it's just like a hot tub. Hot tubs have bubbles."
This
It's
hot
supposed to be
spring
hot.
is just right.
It's funny though because it's like a hot tub does not have bubbles because the water is hot enough to have bubbles. It has bubbles because there's a jet inside of it that makes the bubbles. You know? And he's like, "It's just like a hot tub." Jumps in. Oh,
It's
that
pretty fun.
dude. I wonder if he was with other people.
He probably died immediately, like or
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
quickly.
Well, I wonder if he jumped in.
Well, let me reopen the article.
I mean, did he
Close the
walk in?
tab.
He might have walked in and just was like taking steps into it. Like, oh, it's hot, but oh, it's really
He
hot.
fell into the thermal pool while he was trying to check the water's temperature, so it was an accident.
Oh man,
that
that is
sucks.
like one. Oh, it's just like the thing is like you would almost be dead before you realized you made a
The
mistake.
fact that he consider it, I think, is like okay for him to be dead now. Like that's so
he
stupid.
was like reaching. I can see him like with his toe, like took his shoe off and he's trying to tip his
He's
toe
like-
into it.
He's biting his tongue while he's doing it. He's like,
Oh man,
It's like a
that's so
60s
awful.
cartoon.
Yeah, really.
Tink.
Oh man, and like, have you seen there's a video online that shows what would happen if a human fell into a volcano?
Yeah, they throw those meat bags into volcanoes and they just burst into flames.
Yeah,
It's so
Meat
awesome.
it's not like it.
No, it's like full of meat.
Yeah, no,
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. It's not obviously it's not
I'm
human.
gonna look this up right now.
No, because like if you watch, you know, you've seen Lord of the Rings when Gollum falls.
Where they
into
throw the meat bag? The fuck?
No, I mean like when Gollum falls into the lava, he just kind of
Mhm.
sinks. If it was
Yeah.
real, he would. You start boiling and you just explode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
And like you
that's
watch
awesome.
watch the video. Just look up meatbag in volcano because it's not. It's like the
That's what
explosion.
HK-47 calls me.
It's okay. the explosion from the meatbag.
KOTOR.
It's massive. It's so
Yeah.
huge.
It's awesome.
Like if the meatbag bag was like 6 feet, the explosion
Mhm.
is like 6 yards or bigger. It's huge.
So
So
they test these with human sacrifices.
that's right. Might as well film this one. Human sacrifice caught on tape. Put that on YouTube. It's fine.
Oh, that is really cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
If I was gonna commit suicide, it would be by jumping headfirst into a volcano for sure.
I wonder if you would die before you hit it. Like if you get too
Probably.
hot before you hit the lava.
Stuff bursts into flames when it gets close to lava. You don't necessarily have to touch it because it's so hot.
Yeah.
So you probably
that's
would
so
die
cool.
from the heat before.
Are you
Unless
still
you
watching the
jumped in,
video?
you would probably die.
Are you still watching the
Yeah,
video?
it's like magic, dude.
Yeah, you see how it's like a massive explosion? It like starts bubbling.
I'm glad someone knows who HK-47 is.
I know who he is.
Okay, fine.
I do actually know who he is. But I know my brother does. Really.
It's not canon. It sucks.
Oh, really?
Fuck you. It's canon if I want it to be. It's canon in my heart.
That's right. Sorry, George Lucas. Yeah, I'll just do what I want. Yeah, FYI, those of you who don't know, HK-47 is a robot in a Star Wars game, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Hey! See, I know some things about video games. You just beat a
Sometimes.
video game. You spent 10 weeks of work playing that video game. I was doing the math. What was it? 300 something hours?
Yeah, it was. Let me pull up Steam up here. Fuck, this ain't the screen. 328 hours I spent.
That's insane.
Well,
I mean, no, it's a hobby. I know I've spent plenty of that time. I'm not making like, wow, you suck. It's just like that's
So,
insane though.
I beat the game. Okay, let me look at my achievements. It says
what
it
game?
gives me a better.
It's
Final
actually
Fantasy
impressive, Brent.
3.
It's Final Fantasy 3, the original one, not the 6. Final Fantasy on Famicom, released for Steam. I started. If you go by the first one, it's like June 26th, and then I beat the game and I got the final not ridiculous achievement on July 1st, and then I got the final achievement on August 30th.
That's so. Oh, wow.
So what I did was the final achievement is so every character has a level, but then every job has a level on its own. And so there's 4 characters, and there's 23 jobs. They have to all get to level 99 for the final achievement. So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to use a script. And so the script did it for me for most of the...
Oh, so you weren't actually playing for 300 hours.
No.
Okay.
My PC was playing it for 300.
Oh, man. I was trying to...
So I was
when you
playing
said, I thought this was like, oh, he must have spent months. But it was like, I was trying to think in my head, I was like, you started in July?
I did like
How did you
math
do
and I
anything
calculated
with
it out.
one?
I did like math and like calculated out how long it was gonna take and shit, and like I based it off human input instead of an automated script, so it was way longer than I thought it was gonna take.
Wow.
But it's done now, and
That's
then none
so
of the other
funny.
Final Fantasies have achievements like that. So
You just be like,
Don't
all right,
do that
sorry,
ever again.
Lauren, I can't. I have to finish.
yeah, I would go turn on the computer, have it start running the script, and I'd be like, all right, let's go do another ship.
Wow, that's so crazy. There are
But I
people
got
out
the
there that have
achievement,
done
so-
that.
By hand.
That's too much. See, because
Those poor schmucks.
it's
Yeah.
not hard to make a video game long.
Yep.
It's hard to make
It's
a video
about
game
40
long
hours.
but fun.
The in-game clock stopped counting at some point. It got to 99 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, and it never went higher.
Wasn't there a glitch in Grand Theft Auto where you could loop your money? Like if you got your money up, you could cheat it, and you would get so much money that it would freak out, and the money would recycle itself because it was
Yeah, it would just overflow. So
computer stuff.
Yeah.
Hacked it. Hackers.
what happens in old arcade games?
0-1,
The kill
0-1.
screens of arcade games.
Oh, where they go too far and then the game just dies.
Yeah, they go to the nerd
I'll
talk.
push my glasses up.
I forget what it's called, but there's this counting where you start with 0, and that's the first number, and then 1 is the second number, and so on and so forth. And so old games only went up to 256, and so they stopped at 255 because it started at 0 most of the time. And so like Pac-Man and Galaga and stuff, once you got past level 255, it's just like
Right.
everything went to shit because the game didn't know what it was
Yeah,
at
'cause-
or what it
'cause
was
so,
trying to do.
like the way computers work is, you got these numbers, and it's like it can't. You basically say this is as high as the number is going to go,
Yeah.
and so when you go higher, like in these games that go on forever, like Pac-Man, it breaks it because the computer was like not expecting the number to go up that high, and it just meltdown. Whole game.
Yep, and it goes back to the first number that it knows, which is usually 0 or 1.
But doesn't it?
Depends.
But it
Sometimes they
blows
start
up.
with 1 and it goes 256.
But it overflows,
it
doesn't it?
fucks
So
up
doesn't
the-
it like
Yeah.
just mess up the whole
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
That's so funny. It's like a chain reaction of just anything.
Sometimes
can
you can get past it, and then it goes back to level 1, and it's fine. But a lot of times you can't because it's just so corrupted.
John,
And the reason that is because old games don't have enough memory, so they stored it in a
right.
certain amount, and when you go past that, it doesn't know, it can't keep going, so it just restarts essentially.
John, tell us your story.
What a cutaway.
Fuck my stories.
Fuck off, Brent. You know what's weird is that the other day, well, literally yesterday, I was watching The King of Kong. So,
Nice.
King of Kong.
for those that don't know, The King of Kong is a documentary about two guys that are competing for the high score in Donkey Kong.
Oh, it's a whole documentary?
Oh, it's
It's
really
interesting.
good, dude.
I've never seen it.
You
obviously.
can't get to the kill screen in Donkey Kong. You get to a kill screen, but not the
Right.
overflow kill screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Cool.
clock gets so low that you can't beat the level. But anyway,
Okay, so story time.
I just want to know before we run out of time.
Huh? Oh, what, my story?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this
Yeah.
past weekend, I had the bright idea to take my girlfriend out and go rent kayaks in the York River and to go kayaking for the first time in my life. She had been
Hey.
kayaking before in Iowa on the Mississippi River, so she was used to it. I had no idea how to kayak. So anyways, we go out to this place, we rent these kayaks. I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, well, first of all, am I too big for it? Like it's going to sink? And he's like, nah, you're fine.
Yeah, John is
You're
like
fine.
8 feet tall. So
accurate.
He's
you're pretty tall,
by
man.
literal measurement.
Okay.
He's an extra giant in.
How
in-
tall
I'm
are
like
you?
4. Oh, I'm 6'3".
Yeah. See.
I'm a
Pratt's
true
8 feet.
6'3". I'm not a guy that's like I'm 6'3" and he's actually 6. I'm actually 6'3".
Yeah, he's a tall guy. Yeah, that's what everyone always said to me when I was younger. They're like, "Oh, I'm 5." It was like, "You're 6'2". Okay. Oh no, the doctor
Right.
said. I don't care what the doctor said. They're wrong. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're
all
fine.
good.
So the guy's like, "You ever been kayaking before?" I'm like, "No, I've never been kayaking before." And he's like, "Well, you'll be fine. You know how to you know how the paddling works, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can understand that." He's like, "Yeah, you'll be fine."
You're
So,
like, oh yeah,
just-
physics. Okay.
He's like, "You see this beach down there about a mile away? It's only accessible by kayak. Just aim for that, go land on the beach, then come back, and that'll be your 2-hour time."
Wait, so he's
we paid
talking
for 2 hours.
He's talking about you kayak down to the beach. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, just trying to.
Yep,
try
I
to
kayak to this secluded beach that you
Right.
can only get to from the river.
Okay.
He's like, "Don't go near the naval base." Blah 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 blah. Anyway,
They just nuke you.
he's like, "They don't like that."
He's-
Well, yeah.
He's getting too close. They just shoot your boat down, or just a submarine comes out and submarines your kayak.
Any hoodles. We I spend like 15 minutes learning how to kayak and stuff, and then I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's go down to that beach, and we go all the way down to the beach, and we land on the beach, and then me and my girlfriend, we have like this romantic stuff going on.
Whoa.
No fooling around. We're just like, being real
First
sweet and
base.
stuff. Yeah, first base. Then it's like, okay, we should probably head back now, but not before I peed in the bushes. Anyways,
Yeah.
You gotta go sometime.
we
It's a secluded
we
beach,
get in our
man.
kayaks.
No one can get there. It's fine.
We get in our kayaks, and I'm struggling. Like, I can't do this. And then I finally capsize.
Wait, what do you mean struggling? Were you going against the stream?
Do you
Well,
have
yeah, I was
any
getting to
other
that.
terminology that struggling means?
Struggling means like I am fighting hard to keep my balance. So, like, I'm okay at this point. I'm going against the current, so the waves are coming at me. So I'm like paddling into the waves, and every time a wave comes up and pushes me, my reaction to balance makes me lose balance. Like, makes the boat start to tip because
Right.
I shift my weight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Any hoodles. There gets to be a point where I grab the edge of the boat and then the kayak, excuse me, and then that flips it over.
Well, you actually
And
flipped over?
I flipped over, and the water was shallow enough that I landed on my knee on this rock, and
Ooh.
now my knee is real cut up.
Ooh.
So
jeez.
I'm panicking because guess what? I have a fear of water. Being in the water is
Let's go kayaking.
disclaimer.
I have an idea.
Yeah. Disclaimer, I know how to swim. I took swimming lessons from 3rd grade up until high school.
Okay.
I'm completely comfortable swimming in a pool, but in open water, that freaks me out.
Dude, the ocean. Well, I guess it's not, it wasn't the ocean, right?
Ochin.
The ocean.
No, it's York River.
Well, even so,
Yeah.
well, that's not as bad. Because, well, here's what I'm thinking. Like, water's pretty scary when you think about it. Like, if when you
Yeah.
look at the ocean and stuff, you look down how far it goes. It's like being in space. But there's sharks in space,
yeah,
you know?
dude.
There's things that can eat you.
Sharks in space. That's
right.
the best way to describe the ocean.
Yeah. So, okay, so you flipped
Anyways.
over, you're in the water, you scraped your knee
Flip
up.
over, go back to the beach. I am furious.
Wait, you went backwards?
because I only got like 20 feet out, and I was still like in the shallow area, so I walked back to the
You were
beach.
furious. You're like drenched in water, you're like stomping back onto the beach.
Oh yeah, dude! I
Really?
was so angry
Why?
because
And
it was
what?
scary. Like, it was a scary moment for me. It was like I was in my like panic mode, right?
Okay.
And I was being very mean to my girlfriend, and she was being very nice despite all of that. So we try again.
Your pride is like
and-
hurt, so it's like a deep cut. For
Oh
a
yeah,
man.
absolutely. I'm super like embarrassed that I can't do this.
Okay.
So we try again. We get out like 30 feet this time, and it's such a fight for me. And then
How far?
I flip over
How far
again.
was it? Because you said 30 feet, and how far do you have to go?
It's a mile.
Oh,
And it's 1.2 miles.
So you're
Wow.
So you're 1% of the way there.
Yeah,
And you flip
basically.
over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I flipped over a second time. She's still in her kayak, and like I've scratched my feet up because I flip over, I'm upside down, I turn around and push up, and then my feet just land on all these spiky rocks.
Ooh.
And so my feet are. I can show you pictures later. They're just messed up.
No,
If you,
I'm okay.
One of them I thought literally needed stitches, but
Oh,
my girlfriend's
man.
a nurse. She said no, they don't need stitches. Blah blah blah. Anyways, We tried to bounce, like she's like, let me hold your boat for you, your kayak for you, and just hop in from the water. I'm like, I'm gonna flip you. She's like, no, it's fine. I flip her.
I'm sorry the way you said that. I thought I was about to laugh at it, and you were like, I'm gonna flip you. I flip her.
Yeah, so now we're both out of our kayaks. We're probably 50 feet at this point in the water, and I'm just so angry. I'm like, you know what?
Like, might as well make a home on this beach, because the only way I could leave is kayak. I'm stuck forever.
The only way I actually saw myself getting back to the first beach was by swimming. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna tug this boat. I'm gonna swim back, and then so we start swimming.
Oh, she swam
at
with
this
you?
point, yeah, she swam with me, but at this point she's panicking and she's saying some awful fucking shit. Like this is a true test of our relationship because in my head I'm like, what the fuck are you saying to me right now? like I'm so angry at her, and
Why
then
are you mad
I
at
just
her?
have to keep.
What did she?
Well, no, wait, because of the shit that she's saying, and I have to keep thinking. Okay, we're stranded in this river, and she's scared.
Yeah.
Why
And-
didn't
okay,
she just?
let-
Why didn't she stay in the kayak and then you just swam?
I flipped her over, dude.
No. Well, you were only 30 feet out, right?
50 feet at this point.
So you didn't. You
I'm
just didn't want to go
estimating.
back up.
I just didn't want to go back up. I was done with that.
And so she didn't go back because she was with you, and so now
Yeah.
you're both swimming because you don't want to go back. So basically, she's in the water because she
It's
can't.
my fault.
She can't get back in the kayak,
Yeah, it's all my
and you're
fault.
just going. You're just swimming.
And let me clarify how this area of the York River is there's a beach by the bridge.
I think
And
I've
then
been
there's
to
a
that
beach
beach
by
actually.
the naval base.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's a tiny little beach, but then the entire side of the river is just spiky rocks. You can't there's no beach.
Oh man.
So
Oh, no.
we're swimming. We get about a quarter of the way. There's these Latino dudes fishing on the rocks, and she swims over there and she asks for one of their phones so she can call the rental place to get them to come out to help us.
Wow.
To be fair, they said, just call us if you need help. They literally said that. Okay, all right, we'll call you and get help. So she called them, and they were surprised that we wanted help.
They're like, just call
they're
us
like,
if you
"All
need
right."
help, and then you call them. They're like, what do
They're
you
like,
call
so
us
you want
for?
someone to come get you? She's like, yeah, I want help. So they're like, yeah, okay, we'll send a dude out to come collect the boats. So we wait about 20 minutes with these guys for fishing, and they're catching fish, and I'm in the river just bleeding.
You're like, they're catching all these fish because you're luring the fish there with your.
Dude, there were things rubbing against my feet that were not
man.
plants.
Oh boy.
Yes,
There's
so
sharks. Sharks.
guess what
in
else
the
lives in the York River is bull sharks.
Oh boy.
And they get up to 8 feet long. This is my Wikipedia knowledge. And they are in the top 3 most aggressive sharks to humans.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yep. They're very territorial, so they'll bite, swim away, come back, and bite you again. And just
Did you know this
beat
when you
you.
were in the water with bleeding feet?
No, this is why I was able to stay calm, because I didn't know that there were bull sharks in the river. I read this up at work, and I started to freak out a little bit.
Oh man. So what happened? So you were in the water. Did she get on the? Why didn't you get on the dock? Why did you stay in?
There were no docks.
Oh, they were on the. Oh, you said rocks, not docks.
Yeah, they're on the rocks. She got on the rocks. I stayed in the water because I was like, I don't want to hang out here. I just want to keep swimming.
Might as well lure a bull shark over here.
My foot went into a hole in the river bottom, and something was living in that hole
Oh, man,
boy.
this is freaking me out a little bit. Oh,
because it was moving. Something moved out of there when I went in.
dude, the ocean, the water's freaky.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Yeah,
It's murky.
and you're just kind of floating.
It's
And
fucked up.
yeah,
You have no control.
if
of
you,
your body.
I said I know somebody who was talking about deep sea diving, and he was talking about seeing like a shark or something like that. And in the picture he showed me, it was like a mile straight down. It was really clear water, and it was like forever far down. I was like, if a shark was all the way at the bottom of the water, and you saw it, it's still nothing you could do. It would just swim up there. You couldn't swim fast enough. You just have to watch it from a mile away.
Watch it kill you.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't run. There'd be nowhere to go. You can't jump out of the water.
It'd be like trying to run away from a cheetah, I guess.
Yeah, in an open
Punch
field.
that cheetah in the dick. That's what you do.
Or stab. I think there was somebody I was listening to. He was like, if a shark's gonna get me, I'm just gonna swim into its mouth head first, because
You punch its nose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, its nose and its eyes.
Dude, those things are so fast, though. I feel like it would dodge your punch.
Yeah, but they're fish. They can't move like you can in the water. They have to move basically straight and kind of tilt or whatever.
Man.
So you could just grab onto its body.
It's a last resort.
It's not like it has hands, and you just punch it in the fucking eyes.
All right,
bite its eyes.
Okay, keep going.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so we wait with these Latino dudes for like 20 minutes. No fucking boat. All right. So I'm like, okay, look, we're swimming back. I'm tired of waiting, and I'm tired of sitting in the water. So we start swimming back. We swim all the way back. My fucking kayak. So there's holes in kayaks, right? The water's supposed to come in and it goes out and all that stuff, right? But the kayak itself has like a hull that has space in between the plastic. Mm-hmm. That space was full of water. I couldn't carry it over the beach. I had to tilt it out and pour all the water out when I got to the beach. Then the boat finally shows up.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, okay, boat guy, and I bring him the kayak to the boat, and I try to lift the kayak. He can't lift it out because there's water in the kayak. He can't lift it into the boat. So he just ties it to the front of his boat. He's like, all right, you want to ride back? And I'm like, yeah. So I start to climb up his ladder. Ladder snaps in half. I said, man, I broke your ladder. He's like, nah, it's fine. It's just slipped. And I lift out half the ladder and give it to him. And he's like, oh my God, it never happened before. Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Oh, man. It's just like...
Fuck my life.
I love it because he's like...
That's amazing.
No, it's just slipped. You just pull out half of a ladder.
Literally, I lifted half the ladder. Like, it's completely broke off.
That's awesome. Good job.
Where's your woman during all this?
She managed to get back on her kayak once we got to the calmer area of the beach, and she kayaked all the way back to the front. So I'm just out here with this guy. My legs, blood dripping all over my legs. My foot is just swollen. He's like, all right, do you want to ride? You can climb up the motor. I'm like, no, I'll walk.
Oh, man.
So I walk, and I'm walking through the sand, and then by the time I get to the shop, my cuts are just like packed with red sand.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I walk into that store, and there's just this like 14-year-old girl at the counter, and I just lost it. I just said the most awful shit.
Wait, to her?
Yeah,
Why?
I was furious.
But what did she do?
One, it wasn't her fault, so I kind of held back after I started.
I'm sorry. It's such a horrible place to be, but I'm just picturing it where it's like everything is going wrong. And I've been there.
I forgot
where
to
I get so mad because it's like a movie how bad everything's going.
I forgot to mention, when I got my kayak, it was full of fucking spiders.
Oh man.
I had to fight those fucking spiders while I was kayaking. Anyways.
Oh man. It's just like every single horror movie put into one.
It was terrible.
It's awesome. Sorry.
It's terrible.
I mean,
awesome.
I'm
What did you say?
I'm just like indecisive.
What did you say to that girl?
Well, first I was like, that was really, really, really bad. I need my shit back, please. Which was my wallet and my keys. And then after that, I was like, cut it down a little bit. She wasn't here when you first showed up. She's just a kid. And I'm like, did you guys have to go buy a boat? What took you so long?
We talk like waving your hands everywhere.
That's what I did. Yeah.
You start knocking boats off of shelves.
Just knocking everything down.
Just taking kayaks and just throwing them
into
the
China
water.
shop.
Yeah, I didn't curse at her or anything, but I was just very
Said
upset.
shit to her.
It wasn't her fault. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
she
I
didn't
don't
make
see
the
this.
boat, man.
Well, she didn't. She didn't. Also, she wasn't
She
there
could
when I
have
showed
made the
up in the
boat.
first
How
place.
do you know that?
I'm a little indecisive about where the fault lies because one, it's a kayak rental place, not a teaching place, not a touring place, right?
Yeah.
So I guess if I don't have experience kayaking, it's my fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess.
But then if I tell them I never kayaked before, whose fault is it then?
The plot thickens.
Also,
So-
Like your
when
blood in
someone
the water.
calls for your help and say, I'm stranded, I need help, I can't get back, and you're like, yeah, we'll send a guy, and it's like an hour later, like, what if I had like asthma or a heart attack or anything,
or a bull shark attacked you.
or a bull shark attacked me? I would
So
have been screwed.
so what happened next? So you chewed out the girl a little bit, and then where was your girlfriend? Was she? Because you said.
No,
Where is she mad
so
at you
she
right
met
now?
up with me.
Wait, what did she
No,
say?
no.
What did she say when you guys were swimming?
She was like, "This is the worst idea ever. I can't believe you would ever suggest something like this." And just,
Dude,
there's
I
other
mean-
things that I don't want to say.
Dude, couples
So.
fight happens.
Yeah, it's true. I was mad, but I was like, she's panicking. I gotta be calm now. She was calm when I was panicking. Now I gotta be calm when she's panicking. And
People
yeah,
fight,
that's-
man.
Yeah,
if you don't
everybody
fight, that's how you
fights.
kill somebody.
Yeah,
Like those
That's
are
true.
the stories where someone's died because someone didn't have the guts to be like, "Look, we need to talk this out."
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's absolutely true.
So did anything else happen? I mean, like
Well,
a
she
lot
was
happened.
my girl.
But I mean,
So she was furious too. We got back on the shore together, and but she's like very non-confrontational, and she's like, don't do it, John." And I'm like, all right, go to the bathroom. She leaves me alone, and then I went into the shop and got pissed off. And then I met her at the bathroom later, and then we left. Oh wait, there was a guy that was like, he parked next to us, but he parked diagonally, so it kind of blocked me from going
Oh,
straight
no.
backwards out of my spot. So I left like 5 napkins, calling him a fucking dipshit on his windshield.
That'll teach him.
did you really?
That will teach him, yeah.
I need to print out that piece of paper.
I love that it's on napkins.
That's all I had for paper.
It's just like I come back and there's 5 napkins. Did you put them under his windshield, like under the wipers and stuff?
I started that way, and then I just left them on there.
You just
I got lazy.
You just put them on the.
That's awesome.
There was also a cop in the garage, so I was like, I gotta go.
Oh, that's a great story, actually. Did you guys work it all out? I guess. Hopefully,
Yeah, we worked it all out on the drive back. And,
calm down a
'cause
little bit.
she was in Virginia Beach, right? So it was like 40 minutes
Okay.
of a drive. And yeah,
Wow.
it's all worked out now. And so now this weekend, we get to test our relationship again by going camping.
Yay! Oh, that sounds awful.
There's bears out there. Just just so you know.
Yeah, I know, black bears. I have bear mace.
Good. I was to say, like, don't be bear.
I have mace. I'm not afraid to use it.
Your bull shark bait. Don't be
So-
shark or don't be bear bait.
Throw a bull shark at the bear. It'll be fine.
So I'm supposed to go to like her family's place for Christmas this year, which they live in Iowa.
Okay.
And
Oh Jesus!
after this weekend, I was like, let's hold off on buying the plane tickets till after the camping trip.
You're like, I might need this money for medical bills. Oh, that's great. Well, I wonder if
basically, of course.
I wonder if we can have another story. I hope because I'm your friend. I hope you don't have another story after you go camping. But
Oh, dude, me too. In fact, I don't even
What?
like at this point. I just want to sleep all weekend. I don't even want to go do anything.
this is over Labor Day or Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, this is this weekend.
Okay. Well, just do some research about camping and just be prepared for what it's going to be like if you've never done it.
I went camping when I was in Boy Scouts.
Okay. Oh, stop! What? You see, you'll be hunting and making fire. You'll be fine.
How do you think the Boy Scouts go? Because
What do you mean?
how much hunting? do
They
you
know
think
how to
Boy
tie
Scouts-
knots.
Oh,
They
I
know
never
how
went
to
hunting in Boy Scouts.
make
Boy
fire.
we
Scouts
did
know
go
how to
shooting.
survive 50 feet from civilization. They're not exactly like, you know.
They can tie, dude. They can.
If
tie
I
a
got
bunch of
lost in the
knots.
woods and the only other person was a Boy Scout, I'd be like, we are fucked. Like, this is it. Like,
Okay.
There's a reason there's a section of the Boy Scouts called We Blow.
Whoa.
Oh.
It can be taken two ways. I just realized that. Holy shit.
Whoa. Is that why there's so many problems with
Yeah,
the
really.
male
Okay.
adult
let's
cancers?
move on.
Anyway.
John, I hope your camping trip goes well. That's funny. Dude. That's
Me
a good
too.
story.
Thanks, dude.
Make
Hope
sure
you
you
come back
remember that
alive.
one. That's funny.
Oh, a side effect though. Interesting side effect
you-
is that I have this limp now.
I was say, how your feet
That's
doing?
my-
Oh.
My feet are feeling like shit. It hurts to stand or do anything with them. So first day back, Monday morning, I'm walking into my building. My building is shared by multiple companies. And this lady I'd never seen before, she sees me. She's ahead of me. She sees me. And then she runs over to the handicap door, pushes the handicap button for me. And the door doesn't open. And then she starts apologizing to me.
That's when you say, I'm just saying.
You've
like-
you've gained like extra power now. Oh man, that's funny. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
So-
Well, I think that's a good place to end because I don't have anything better to talk about than that story. That was good.
End on the disabled.
This is
Glad you enjoyed my misery.
Yeah, really. It's funny that. Well, here's
Isn't that
the
why
thing.
you shared it?
Oh, if
That is
you,
why I shared
if
it.
you if you're a vlogger, that kind of stuff sucks because you're like, I should film this because it will make such a good video, but I'm so annoyed.
I should film me dying.
It'd be a great vlog, great video. You know, just like,
My last vlog.
If every vlogger like had someone else film them on their deathbed. Oh.
Oh my
oh,
god,
man.
dude.
Close out the channel.
Oh man.
That is awesome.
You have to edit this video for me.
He looks into the camera.
Close it out.
He just sends it to. Or it's like as.
Like-
oh man.
Fucking
Oh,
70 years from now, it's gonna be like all over YouTube.
All
Just
the-
like
my death. Vlogging my death. Like that's the title. It's a
final
trend.
video, my death.
Well, wow. Yep.
I'll share that for
Make
once
sure
on
you,
Facebook.
if you, yeah, I was gonna say, when it happens to me, film it, put some music in it, make it some good editing.
Oh,
You know?
can't you like time it too, so you can like have the video be released after?
Oh,
Like a scheduled upload. Yeah, you can. You can.
I'm gonna
Okay,
schedule it up to
Death.
from like
We
1,000
end
years
on
from now.
death. That's always where the podcast needs to
Yay!
end. Because
Hey, that's how everything ends.
Yep. Yep.
Ooh.
so this is gonna be boring because I think I'm the only one who ever plugs anything.
What do you want me to tell you?
It's just
I-
gonna be me. The plug is
maybe
me-
one day.
me saying
I
stuff.
will ask Lauren if she wants me to share any of her things on the internet so she can get more followers.
That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Plug whatever you want. So John and Brent, either one of you guys have anything?
Nope.
Nothing? Okay.
Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
That's fine. It's fine. I just think it's funny.
All of the social media comes from this thing that I don't even listen to.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So I released a video. It's really good, I think. It's my 4th of July experience. A lot of crazy stuff happened. It's a good story. It's a good video. Check it out. My Instagram and Twitter and YouTube are all Luke Roxwold. Check out my vlog channel, Luke Roxwold Vlogs. Check out this podcast anywhere because it's everywhere. You have no excuse. So yeah, that's it. That's
In
the
your
vlog.
house.
That's it. Thanks everybody for joining, and I'm a little disappointed some people didn't join, but that's fine. I'm not being passive aggressive.
Well, you
It's
missed
like-
out on all the fun.
Yeah, you missed John's story. You could have asked them questions, and they can't. So
Well, they're off the podcast. So.
that's true.
Once I start talking more than other people, that means they're off the podcast.
It's funny because
so.
Brent showed up and then they all left.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, thanks everybody for listening. We'll check in. See you guys in the next podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, fine.
Play
I'll
us
take
out.
outro music.
Cue outro.
See you in the outro.
All right.
All did it at the same time.